So y'all, it finally happened. That viral daughter adoption moment Diddy pulled in front of the world.
My name's Ava. I'm a Scorpio.
No. What's your last name?
Ava Combs.
What's your other last name?
Ava Baroni.
Ava Baroni Combs?
Turns out it wasn't a joke. And if what the FBI is confirming behind closed doors is even halfway true, then his black sons, Justin and Christian, got some serious explaining to do. Because this goes way deeper than just a PR stunt. And let's just say, if this girl testifies in court, Hollywood might not recover. Now, if you remember Ava Baroni, she was the quiet little white girl Diddy once paraded around on IG, calling her his adopted daughter. The internet laughed. They thought it was a quirky moment, a goofy skit, but now the girl's missing. The joke stopped. And whispers are flying that she's finally speaking up. And the things she saw, the things she went through, let's just say her testimony could tear the entire Combs family empire down. And sis, that's just the beginning. Now, for those who don't know, back in 2020, Diddy goes live on Instagram, looking clean, smiling, and introduces this little white girl in braids. Says, "This is Ava Baroni, my adopted daughter." Now, keep in mind, nobody had ever seen her before. No paperwork, no family statements, no legal adoption files. Just Diddy claimed her in front of the world like a pet poodle.
It's breaking news. Diddy adopted a white child. I want you to tell them the story about how I adopted.
The media ran with it. TMZ posted it, Yahoo reposted it, SEMP covered it. But the second Diddy's people realized this looked messy, they backtracked, saying it was all a skit, just a playful moment. Just content for the Instagram clout. But here's where it gets dark. After that video, Ava vanished, like completely. No follow-ups, no birthday posts, no house school updates. The internet forgot about her, but the FBI didn't. Now fast forward to today. Diddy's entire world is crumbling. The raids, the lawsuits, the leaked footage, the court testimonies, and the Diddy party tapes.
Diddy Combs' home in Holby Hills. The mother of one of his sons shared the video on Instagram, calling it an excessive use of force.
And suddenly Ava's name shows up again, quietly, in sealed documents tied to the investigation into his freak-offs, the yacht parties, and those now infamous compliance rituals. Sources say her real parents, friends of Kim Porter, had no clue she was going to be adopted into a PR stunt. In fact, when Diddy started getting exposed, those parents went silent. Ava was pulled out of the spotlight, allegedly on the advice of legal counsel. But that didn't mean she forgot what she saw, because now she might be getting ready to testify. And y'all, what she's about to say could drag Christian and Justin Combs into the mud with their daddy. She was allegedly treated really badly by his black sons during every illegal party they had, whether it was on a yacht or in their Miami mansion. Now, speaking of yacht parties, Ava was not the only one who experienced such bad eyes on her. 2022, a woman named Grace O'Marquez filed a lawsuit accusing Diddy and his associates of trafficking and assault aboard one of his luxury yachts. One of the men named in the suit? Christian Combs. According to court filings and media coverage, Christian was allegedly present for what went down, and his role is now under renewed federal scrutiny. The accusations don't just place him at the scene, they suggest he may have been actively involved, with claims that young women were handed off to him during those so-called compliance parties. And here's where things get even more unsettling. Now let's be clear, there's no official report placing Ava on that yacht, but as the FBI revisits old manifests, digital footprints, and private guest logs, her name has quietly resurfaced. Some sources suggest she may have been around the same inner circle during that time. Not partying, not part of the machine, but witnessing things. And if that's true, Ava Baroni could become the most important sealed witness in this entire case. See, what people don't realize is that Ava's presence wasn't random. Diddy reportedly needed a distraction, someone to soften his image. A white daughter? That's sympathy gold. But she wasn't just there for appearances. She was a witness.
adopted you because I felt that you could, enjoy also having a black parent.
According to whispers from insiders, some of which landed in sealed statements, Ava was coached on what to say, what to wear, how to smile. She was paraded in front of celebrity guests during these family events, but left out of the rooms where the real horror happened, or so they thought. And if she's cooperating with investigators like we're hearing, it's no longer about Diddy, it's about the sons. Now let's open a darker folder. There's talk in the legal world of something called the Doomsday File, a cache of blackmail footage, encrypted videos, and coded drives seized during one of the raids. Some of those tapes reportedly include family footage, parties, guest lists, freak-offs. And here's where things get uncomfortably specific. Ashton Kutcher's name allegedly appears in metadata. Why does that matter? Because Kutcher publicly advocates against trafficking. He helped build software to track predators. But if someone like him was even near one of Diddy's blackmail setups, that means this isn't just about a sick man with power. It's about who knew. And Ava? She might be the only minor witness with first-hand memory of who was there, who touched who, and what was done to silence her. Now this all ties back to Lil Rod's civil filing. That lawsuit named names: Justin, Christian, Young Miami, Meek Mill, Usher, and Diddy himself. Rod described being coerced, watching women get passed around, and hearing conversations about Ava. Not by name, but by description. There's a line in the complaint about a young white girl brought around for image optics who witnessed too much. That's not just creepy, that's damning. Especially when you remember, Ava was only featured in one video and never again. People online haven't forgotten Ava Baroni, and they're finally saying the quiet part out loud. One user wrote what many had been thinking for years. Remember, he was all weird and kept calling her his white child? Looking back on the video and pics, it's all kinds of strangeness and so worrisome. That energy, it's not just curiosity, it's dread. Because when you zoom in on those old clips, when you really listen to how Diddy spoke about her, how he paraded her around like a brand piece instead of a child, it hits different now. Another person simply added, "I remember she called him Papa Combs." And that's the part that breaks people. Not just the nickname, but what it implies. Intimacy, dependency, trust. All wrapped around a man now accused of some of the most disturbing crimes in the industry. These aren't just passing comments, these are breadcrumbs, tiny truths that, when pieced together, paint a very ugly picture of how Ava was seen, used, and ultimately erased from the public eye. Now here's what we do know. The FBI has not publicly confirmed any charges involving Ava, but she is reportedly listed in sealed records, currently under review for potential testimony. With Diddy's sentencing fast approaching, attention is shifting, not just toward him, but toward his sons. Both Christian and Justin Combs are now being investigated independently of their father. And if Ava takes the stand and repeats what insiders claim she's already told investigators, then the Combs brothers could be facing far more than just PR scandals. They might be staring down real consequences. This isn't just about Diddy anymore. This is about a system built to protect the powerful at the expense of the silent. It's about a little girl, a white girl adopted into a black billionaire's world. Optics, attention, and maybe something even more disturbing, who was used, erased, and forgotten until the sealed files started speaking louder than the headlines ever did. It's about sons who didn't just grow up around the chaos, but allegedly participated in it. Sons who watched their father break people, manipulate lives, and throw money at silence. And, if the reports are true, may have joined in without hesitation. And now the silence is cracking. Because if Ava finds the courage to speak in court, if her voice is finally heard without filters, edits, or PR cleanup, then everything the Combs family tried to bury with music, wealth, legacy building, and plastic smiles is coming right back up to the surface. Unforgiving, undeniable, and this time, no apology tour, no Grammy tribute, no skit can hide it. So now I want to hear your thoughts. Do you think Ava Baroni was simply exploited for Diddy's image, or was there something far more sinister going on behind the scenes? Was she trafficked, silenced, and pushed out of sight once she saw too much? And if the FBI really has what insiders claim they do, should Christian and Justin be charged too? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you thought this was the darkest chapter, trust me, it only gets messier from here.